So the storm came. It wasn't too hectic, or at least it wasn't too hectic for me. I didn't really notice much from inside the caravan. I just had all the windows and stuff closed. I had the little vent open so I could still get a bit of fresh air in here, and it was actually really pleasant. Toasty in there. Andy actually said he was also super toasty in his tent last night, and it really handled well in the wind and the rain and everything like that, so he's also pretty stoked. I think today is going to be one of those days where it's edit videos and chill and have coffee in this amazing weather. I mean, this is the best weather to sit on the computer and get some work done. So let's see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day if Andy does end up going for his walk, and if I end up going with him for the first bit and then, you know, turning back at a point. That might still be on the cards for today, depending on if the weather kind of clears up a bit. It's dangerous to hike in the mountains when it's misty like this, so let's see how it goes as the morning goes, as the sun comes out and hopefully cooks away all this mist. What an absolutely awesome little morning here. Just been watching the clouds dancing through the valley, coming and going. There is blue sky hiding behind these clouds for sure. And I think we're definitely going to be heading out for a hike in about 30 minutes to an hour or so. So coffee is done now as well. So all that's left to do, get ourselves ready for a little bit of a hike, and can show you guys how beautiful the little valley is here. Anyways, I'll see you out on the trail. This place is pretty magical. Now, just to get to this little spot from the campsite is really a 20 minutes walk, maybe 15 minutes if you're quick. But it's so beautiful. But for now, we're gonna chill out, soak this all in. I'll catch up with you a little bit later. So it's been a beautiful hike this morning. We've done about, I think 1.5 Ks. How many Ks?
1.84.
1.84 Ks. So I'm gonna make my way back. It's taken us about an hour to get out here. We have stopped and filmed and we had a little break and stuff, but I've got to get back to editing videos. Andy's gonna be going all the way up. So I'm only gonna see him tomorrow. I've left him with the Garmin InReach Mini so that if anything goes wrong, he can SOS or he can send me a message via satellite, because I think the signal right about now has kind of disappeared. So at least he's got that. He's got everything he needs. I'll go back, but it's stunning. It really is stunning. I'm glad I got to come and kind of walk out here and show you guys a little bit. Unfortunately, also broke my foot recently and I'm not allowed to do too much walking. So it's been nice to kind of get out, use the trekking poles and everything, and test out some of the new first ascent stuff. So far, loving it, loving it. So anyways, time for me to get back to camp. I'll catch you guys there. Back at camp, I actually want to go and see how the solar panels are doing. So the Jackery's been charging, and I've been charging up the National Lunar 25 amp hour battery box in the back of the bucky. Because today what I need to do is I actually need to use the Jackery to charge the caravan, so I can keep my lights and the fan and the fridge going, because I don't think that fridge is running anymore. That's going to be an interesting task for today. Okay, well the Jackery is actually almost fully charged. That's done about 20% of the power in about 2 hours. Let's go check on the National Lunar quick. So the National Lunar has actually also charged up really nicely, and it's charging at 6.2 amps. So 6.2 times, so 6 times 15, 60, 30. So that's charging at about 95 to 100 watts for a 150 watt panel. Everything's powering up beautifully here. So I'll run a couple errands around here, get set up, and try and figure out a way to charge this damn caravan. Okay, so I figured out how to charge the caravan. Let me run you through the little bit of trickery that I'm using here. So I've got the Jackery, and that is plugged into an extension lead. That extension lead is then plugged into the National Lunar Smart Charger, which is just your 220. It's a 5 amp charger, so it'll charge at about 5 times 12, so about 60 watts. We'll have a look at the actual consumption on the Jackery now as well. And then because the Jackery's, the Solar Saga solar panel is a bit short, what I've done is I've used an adapter from Jackery to be able to use my Flexo Power solar panel, which has got a 10 meter cable. So then that is running into the Jackery. I'm about to charge my phone and some stuff as well. So what I'm actually seeing here in terms of usage of the NL5 is 86 watts. And I'm sure that is going to vary throughout the different stages of the smart charging cycle. And we are charging with solar about 50 to 60 watts. The sun's just gone behind a cloud now, so it'll pick up again. So yeah, that's all sorted. So we are finally charging the caravan. Awesome. Alrighty, dishes are done, food is in, and it is 5:30. I've done yoga today, I've gone for a hike, I've edited a video, I've filmed video. It's amazing how much stuff you can actually get done when you don't have the normal distractions of life. It's quite crazy actually. But I'm running low on water, so I'm going to take a little walk down to the stream and fill up some water bottles, and yeah, should be sorted for tomorrow for some coffee and some oats in the morning. And yeah, I wonder how Andy's doing. I haven't heard anything from him yet, so I'm assuming that's a good thing. But yeah, I wonder.
Oh my gosh, they're right here above my head. I just have to make noise so that they don't come near me. Then I'll be safe, all's fine. Yo, those baboons are massive. Yeah, whatever. This is my magnificent view. It's really, really gorgeous. It's beautiful out here. Yeah. Amazing. I'll be going up into that mountain way up there. You can see up that side there. That's right.
So today's been a really chilled day for me. I've just been working on the new video, not this one, the one from last week. I'm loving this kind of digital nomad lifestyle. I think having something like this little caravan here is incredible to have at your base camp to be able to work from. I've been managing everything through solar to have extra power, but essentially we've been off grid for, I think this is the 4th day now. So actually we've been off grid since Monday, and it is now Saturday. So this is our 6th day off grid. We haven't charged anything. I think we bought 10 liters of water. So we will obviously get to a point now as we start reaching the end of the week where we're gonna need to go resupply on groceries, we're gonna need to resupply on water, we're gonna need to resupply on a bunch of things. But I'll tell you now, before we leave here, we're gonna fill up as much water as we can from the beautiful river here. Been using that water for coffee, been drinking it fresh, it's amazing. So we're really blessed out here. But from this point on, we'll be wrapping up here tomorrow morning. We'll be saying goodbye to Hermit's Wood and we'll be saying goodbye to the Drakensberg. Tomorrow we will be heading through to Balloch Nature Reserve, which is back in the Eastern Cape Highlands. If you guys remember my series from last year, before the December holidays, I explored the Eastern Cape Highlands. Thought it would also be a good test to get the caravan on the dirt roads a little bit and see how it performs. I'll touch base with you guys when Andy comes back to camp. The Rhino man himself.
That was magnificent. An absolute challenge, but wow, I feel like alive. Well, thanks so much for the suggestion. It's extremely difficult.
Really?
I think the only muscle that's not sore is this one here. If I sit now, I'm not getting up.
So there's some box wine and there's some stew waiting, and so how did you just happy. All you did was eat snacks?
I had snacks, yeah, and then I actually sat right at the top of Rhino Horn.
So it's that one there?
That one.
All the way at the top?
Yes, yeah. So I had that, and then I sat with the Basutus. And they were teaching me a few little words. So we had a few little snacks that I had left over together. It was such an experience. I'm so glad you've opened this world to me. Thank you. But I was up there. I'm like crazy excited about all of this.
That's amazing.
Wow. And I definitely miss my tent and my sleeping bag. It was a bit chills, but I miss my tent. Home sweet home, I'm back.
Awesome.
Yay!
Come, let's go rest. It's been really nice. It's been a bit of a mental shift, swapping from living out of a bakkie to living out of a caravan. But I must say, once we've made that transition, it's actually really nice, because it's obviously a lot more purpose-built for being a kitchen, for being a bedroom, for having that kind of clothing storage and stuff like that. So it is a purpose-built product, and I must be honest, I think by the end of this trip I'm going to be sad to see it go after this review. But that's how things go. But anyways, we're going to be heading on now to Balloch in the Eastern Cape. So let's get going. We've got a long day. We'll catch up with you guys probably next week. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed Hermit's Wood as much as we did. It's a beautiful part of the country, and it's really been a special experience. Anyways, I'll catch you next week. Cheers. I just wanted to thank my awesome Patreon members for the continued support. If you would like to join us on weekly live streams and behind the scenes updates, consider joining by clicking the icon on the screen or following the link below in the description. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next week Sunday. Cheers.